Are you fascinated by AI, but you simply don't know how to use it for your marketing? If the answer is yes, discover how to grow your business with AI marketing tools and strategies in today's session with Ivan Vislavskiy. And he is the CEO and co-founder of Comrade Digital Marketing Agency. And he leads a respected digital marketing firm with prominent locations in Chicago, Miami, and Austin. Now, the first question is, how do AI marketing tools differ from traditional marketing methods, and how can they be used to grow entrepreneurs' businesses? Welcome to Awakened Titans podcast with Lily Patrascu, mind-blowing conversations with influential business titans sharing how you can manifest abundance, love, joy, success through quantum awakening, quantum manifestation, quantum healing, quantum miracles, exponential business growth, and innovative products and services.
Hi, Lily, and everyone that's listening to this podcast. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here. I guess I can start out quickly by introducing myself and what we've been doing to give you a context behind some of the answers that I'm going to give in this podcast. So we started out our agency in 2008. It was primarily a web design shop for the first couple of years, and then we rebranded and we went after marketing tactics, specifically in digital marketing, close to 2011, 2012. We now operate and run two separate agencies or two separate brands. We focus on lawyers, home services, and healthcare companies specifically. So a lot of the local service businesses. We used to be a generalist agency for the first, 8, 9, 10 years of our existence. But then very quickly we realized that riches are in niches. So you have to specialize, you have to become hyper-focused on one or two individual industries to be much better than everyone else. So that's what we've been doing for the last 3 or so years. And majority of our new clients are in one of those sectors. Our company, our agency is about 75 people together. We're growing quite successfully, and ever since, even before ChatGPT became sort of that super popular topic, everyone started talking about it. We already jumped on this wagon. We've been utilizing AI internally to automate some of the redundant tasks, analyze complex data points, build out very complex models in marketing, in our production, and in sales specifically. And now we're building internal tools that use AI to simplify some of the tasks in the production, in marketing, and in sales that we do every single day. So once again, thank you for having me. And I guess today I'll be happy to share some of my knowledge, some of our know-how on how to implement AI to grow your business. And I would assume that we're speaking with a small, medium-sized businesses and business owners, right? And we have one thing in common, which is, how do we grow? How do we grow in this economic uncertainty and this potential time of, maybe a recession is going to come, maybe not. Customers are very price conscious. They're not making decisions. We still need to grow. And how do we grow profitably, right? How do we grow making sure that we're not investing all of our revenues, all of our money into the growth so that we're, our bottom line grows, but our top line grows, but our bottom line is nowhere, to be perfect. So those are topics that we're going to discover today. But when you think about business growth in a nutshell, it comes from two main branches, which is marketing and sales. I'm going to focus more on the marketing side of things, and then we can go into sales, specifically as well. We're going to start out, and we're going to assume that you either have very little marketing done right now, or you have no marketing whatsoever. You haven't marketed your company to this point. Or maybe if you did, it was sort of like a sporadic, activity here and there that didn't yield any specific results. So very first thing you would want to do is obviously build a marketing plan. How are you going to promote your company? And that's where AI is going to help you with a lot of the pieces of your marketing plan. You have to start out with things like, who is your target audience? Who buys your product or service? And then why? Who is your competition? Are they better than you? Are they, and if yes, then in what regards? What can you single out? If you weaker than some of your competitors, then why as well? Pinpoint, there's a term called SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Try to analyze your business. And using tools like ChatGPT, you can feed it with a lot of the specific information, and tools like ChatGPT can give you a very detailed marketing plan based on your specifics, based on your parameters. If you're gonna just ask ChatGPT to provide you with just a simple marketing plan without inputting much information, you're gonna get a very generic information. It's not gonna serve any purpose. Why? Well, because AI is great when it comes to formatting information, organizing information, summarizing it, or working with complex data points. But it's not good when you work with origination of new ideas or solutions from life experience from your specific company points, or having a unique tone of voice or opinion about something, right? Because AI is just this amazing co-pilot of ours that we have to treat as an assistant, not as a creator. So going back to the marketing plan, once we analyzed who we are, who's our target audience, who's our competition, once we input information such as what services or products we sell, and we would, how do we like to prioritize our products or services in the near future, let's say in the next 12 months, try to conceptualize, what is my goal for the next 12 months? It has to be a very concrete goal in terms of leads or in terms of the sales, and try to put specifics into tools like ChatGPT, such as, it takes me 10 leads to close one customer, or it takes me 5 leads to close one customer. I currently get my leads from X, or I get leads from 2 sources, let's say referrals and trade shows that I constantly go to. Once you summarize all this information, once you put it all into ChatGPT, then ask ChatGPT to properly analyze it, adjust it, and then give you a very detailed marketing plan that you can follow. It all depends on your budget. If you have budget to hire professionals, I would certainly recommend doing that. If you're just starting out and you have no prior marketing experience, working on marketing campaigns might be very tough. Because remember, you compete with other companies. You're not in vacuum. Your business constantly compete with companies that utilize professionals to grow their marketing. So you're gonna go against professionals that have been training, that have been executing for years, for ages. A really good analogy I can bring is, let's imagine you're into boxing, but you've been doing it in high school, and that's the best level that you've performed at boxing. And now you're going to go on the ring against someone that's been doing it professionally. Well, guess who is going to win? So depending on your budget, look at the professionals to execute towards your marketing plan. If you don't have that flexibility, then sure, then you have to do everything yourself. But try to recruit other people so that maybe they can at least give you an idea or an opinion. Give them your write-up, give them your marketing plan. Try to look for holes in your marketing plan. Maybe there's a friend of a friend that's been doing marketing for companies like yours, or maybe there's someone on LinkedIn. Just reach out to them, ask them, person X, I just have a very simple question. Could you please spare 30 minutes, maybe an hour of your time? I will gladly pay whatever it takes, but could you take a look at my marketing plan? Could you analyze it? Could you give me some of the bullet points of what I'm thinking or not thinking, properly about. Because if you execute this marketing plan with just your knowledge, there might be a lot of holes, and you can execute your marketing following this plan, but it could lead to a wrong results. I really like a saying that goes something like, I don't remember it specifically, but it goes, we're all working hard to climb on that ladder, but we need to make sure that this ladder is standing against the right building. Because if it's not, then you're spending all this time, all this effort, and you're not doing it properly. So Lily, this is my first kind of like the fundamental piece of advice. Should we go into next, or should we stop here? What are you
Yes,
what are you thinking?
tell me the next part. So can you tell me more specifically? Okay, now there's the part about entrepreneurs need to get the right high quality leads that have the money, have the willingness, have the interest to buy right now. And also they need to get the right process that enables them to close the deals with those leads. So in terms of getting the first part sorted with AI, what can they do and which platforms can they do it in?
Absolutely. Once again, assuming that you're a small business, I would probably choose, you cannot invest in too many channels because your budget is not going to allow you to. So you have to invest in the few channels, but you have to invest as much as possible and be focused on those channels so to generate as much results that you can. 4 channels that I would single out for small businesses would be SEO, search engine optimization, paid search. It's appearing in organic search, but paying for the sponsored placements, right? It's called pay to play. Social media marketing, showing up organically in your friends or someone else's feed, or paying for the sponsored placements as well. And email marketing. And that could be using your emails to communicate with the past clients or new prospects. So those are the 4 channels that I would probably start with. If you don't have them pinned down, if you don't have them executed, I would start with those. I would not focus on anything else. Now, let's explore each of those individual channels in more detail. By the way, which channel to begin with, it really depends on your product, service, your target audience, and your familiarity with each of those channels, right? So I can't really give you a specific prescription. Start with SEO and do this, blah, blah, blah. But just in the specific order, let's dive into SEO first, right? So what is SEO in a nutshell? When someone is searching for your products or services, you need to make sure that your company appears in the places where your target audience is searching in the top spots. How do you do this? You need to build exceptional high performance website, and you need to generate really good content with amazing quality that will separate you from your competitors. Now let's stop here for a second. A lot of the marketers, as soon as ChatGPT came out, started using ChatGPT to replace their copywriters and generate content with AI. If you use ChatGPT to say, hey, I'm a roofing company and I would like to produce blog posts for my roofing website, do it for me, then what you're going to end up with is going to be very generic content. And guess what? Google is not going to like this content because Google has a lot of the websites with absolutely the same generic content. And Google needs to have value for its customers. So Google prioritizes websites with very personalized, very specific content. So how would I suggest going about writing content for your website and making it very personalized? You can use tools like ChatGPT or Jasper. Jasper is one of our go-to tools, and ChatGPT as well, when we work in production to produce content for our clients or for ourselves. First, start out by keyword research. And ChatGPT might be a really good tool, or Jasper might be a really good tool to help you with that. In order for you to write pieces of information, you need to understand what you need to write for. So begin your keyword research by simply identifying which potential keywords your audience is going to look for when they search for your products or services. Give AI tool as much of your information about what kind of services you provide, what kind of products you sell, what is the priority of the products or the services, where is it different from your competition, which pain points you solve, and so on. And then the AI will spit out a specific list of keywords to focus on and break it down into specific portions. Once you have a list of keywords, then you can start asking AI to break down your content calendar or all of the content based on those groups of keywords. And AI does it phenomenally. AI will give you, let's say, a very itemized bullet point list of here's what kind of content you need to produce, what kind of blog posts, what kind of website pages, and so on. So now that you have this list, review it and ask yourself, are there any other topics that my prospects are asking me or asking our sales team members when they're first reaching out to us? Maybe there's some valuable information you can also put in on a website that can be very valuable, that can answer some of their questions ahead of time. There's a really, really good book written by Marcus Sheridan that's called They Ask, You Answer. I highly recommend you guys read it because it's an essential component that will help you better understand how to write content and how to make it very focused on what your potential customers are asking. Now that when you have a list of blogs and topics to write for and website pages, it's time for you to begin writing them. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, feed as much information to the AI as well. Start out by, again, explaining all the information about your company, all the information about your products, all the information about your target audience, and feed it with very specific points, such as why do customers buy this product from us? Are they satisfied? What are some of the frequent asked questions that you've been asked? What are the terms of the purchase? What are the return policy, for instance, if it's a product, and so on and so on and so on. Then feed this information to AI, and AI will then produce not just any generic content. AI will produce very specific content that's unique to your company and to your audience. Then you can launch it on your website. Oh, by the way, sorry, I missed one step. Because you have a SEO keyword research, then you need to ask AI to optimize your content with the specific list of keywords that have been produced to make it more SEO friendly. So once the AI does it, then you can post on your website and you can start seeing how well your pieces of content perform on your website. If you see that they're not performing well, then you need to copy this piece of content back into AI. By the way, use the same chat, use the same window, right, where you wrote the first piece, because history is super important. AI is nowadays, especially ChatGPT, is really good about learning on its own mistakes. The more information you feed in, the better it becomes, the better it learns. So you have to educate this monster to be your best assistant, right? So if it's not performing well, then feed it back and say, look, I'm not getting, so-and-so results, and here's some of the competitor pieces that get in results. Can you analyze it for me, and can you suggest improvements to my piece? You can do it with AI as well. And using this data, AI will improve your piece of content. Once again, you post it on your blog or website, and you see how well it performs, and so on.
Can you tell us about why should entrepreneurs use Jasper alongside ChatGPT? Is Jasper a copywriting tool that is slightly better than ChatGPT? And is it a paid tool?
Jasper is a paid tool if you want to use it properly. So is ChatGPT, right? Like if you want to get into it professionally, you better pay it. They're not expensive, but the quality is going to be better. For instance, ChatGPT is only like $20. I'm not exactly sure on how much Jasper costs right now. We have an agency rate with them, so we use it for a lot of our clients. Our volumes are completely different. But we use Jasper we use ChatGPT for more of a research phase and structure and data, and we use Jasper for more of a write the content for us, for based on specific list of keywords, specific scenarios, and information that we already learned using the ChatGPT. But it's okay if you stick around with one tool. It's fine. It's better than using no tool whatsoever.
Thank you. Are there any tools you recommend entrepreneurs use in order to close deals with high ticket clients or even low ticket products?
Well, sales and closing deals, it's a combination of factors, right? First of all, you need to make sure that you qualify leads properly. You need to have a proper CRM where you can store all the leads properly. You can assign lead scoring, qualification, and so on. For instance, we use HubSpot CRM, and HubSpot just came out with their own Copilot tool called Breeze. That's super essential to give you a lot of the personalized data information on your leads that are coming to you, right? It creates trends. It shows you specifically which leads can perform better than the other leads. So it helps us understand which leads we need to focus on first and foremost, right? Then we use AI tools, for instance, like Reply.io or the same Jasper, to generate personalized sales outreach scripts to be used for email personalization. We generate specific scripts. We then build automation using HubSpot marketing suite tool, and then every time someone contacts us, the sequence is automatically scheduled to send them a bunch of series of emails. We usually have like 12 to 24 touch points with our prospects with very personalized, high value information and dynamic messages. Then we also use AI for sales training and coaching. We use a tool called Gemini. There's also a tool called Gong. Gong is, in our experience, a lot more expensive. But in a nutshell, what it does is it reviews every single call that you make with your prospects. It analyzes how well this call went, and it gives you points of what can be improved for the next calls. Especially, it's very valuable when you have a team of salespeople and you have to manage them, because one salesperson can do job completely different from another salesperson. You need to ensure there's stability and there's one standard, one format. That's where Gemini is exceptional, because it sits on every single call, it collects data, and it helps us in our coaching advising process.
Are there any tools that you use? For example, I've seen one tool called SalesApe.ai, and what it claims to do is to add entrepreneurs to your calendar and for you to kind of do calls with, in order to basically it's saying that it's going to add high quality leads onto your calendar. So I do wonder whether you've used anything like that can help you to book leads into your calendar, or something that doesn't have to be this, can be something else that you potentially use in order to close deals with customers.
So it sounds like it's an outbound tool, right? The tool that you use to poke prospects that not necessarily coming to you, but are, that your tool can identify and potentially reach out to. No, we have not used, this tool specifically, nor do we have an outreach sales process implemented yet. We're mostly focused on inbound, because we're an inbound marketing agency ourselves, and referrals. That's where we get most of our revenue, most of our clients. But from a marketing and sales perspective, there's another very important aspect, which is chatbots, right? Especially if you don't have coverage and you can be on chat 24/7, there are tools like Intercom, or you can even use ChatGPT API or TDO that you can implement. We use some of those tools for our clients to have an interactive chatbot that can easily easily answer any of the questions that a prospect might have. And chatbot goal is to also try qualify potential prospect and schedule a call with them. So you will try to convert them into a prospect, and it will record their information in the CRM.
Yes. So actually, Sales Ape is something like that, which is like an inbound thing where, let's say,
oh, okay.
Imagine that, let's say I have something that I'm talking about for, let's say, 1 minute on social media, and then I give a call to action. You find out more, click, comment author or comment, entrepreneur, and then the tool, which is like a chat bot, will take over and take them on a customer journey where the entrepreneur is being offered, okay, this is what you asked for, you commented for this, you're getting this PDF. And then from then they're offered, okay, are you interested also in this? And then, there's a few different upsells or downsells that are being offered. And some of them will lead onto high ticket closing calendar sequence,
Interesting. Yeah, we have not used this tool specifically. We use Intercom, which is somewhat similar to that. And the only caveat there is you have to have a significant amount of touch points and leads that are coming, or prospects that are coming, that are visiting your website or visiting your that can find you. If you're just starting out, then it's preferred to do manual outreach and manually connect with your prospects and so on until you grow to a point where you have a massive amount of leads and massive amount of data.
Okay, very good. Are there any other sales, closing, or marketing AI tools you recommend?
Sure.
To use?
Sure. So if we can go back into marketing, so I went over SEO and ChatGPT and Jasper. On the paid search, which is very important when it comes to driving hot leads to your website, right? And we use tools like WordStream and Optimizer to optimize the quality of our ads. We also use ChatGPT. We ran, and Jasper as well, to generate the copy for our ads. But what we do is, what I would recommend you doing is we review our competitors, we collect their ads. There are different tools for that. And then we throw it all into ChatGPT or Jasper, and we would say, here's our offer, or here's how we better generate an ad that can easily compete with those. And then it will generate one variation of ad, and then we'll ask it to create multiple variations of this ad, right? So we can test out multiple options. Same goes with graphical ads. We use Midjourney, for instance. We use a tool in Photoshop, AI tool within the Photoshop, that also helps us create various variations of graphical banners for the paid search. We analyze ads performance data using Optimizer, which is essential tool for us as well. It helps us improve performance of paid search big time. Social media marketing is another, if we talk about social media, definitely use AI to be your assistant and your co-pilot. And there are a lot of tools there that you can use specifically, like Sprout Social or Hotsuite, so on. They have their different components. But ChatGPT and Jasper could also benefit you when you create content, whether it's written content, graphical content. You can use, or we use AI tools to analyze when it makes sense to post content pieces, specifically when our audience is most active and better engages with our content, or what kind of content it engages with, right? We collect this data, we feed it to AI, we analyze it. We analyze our audience, what type of audience engages with our content more frequently, and so on. And we also use it for social listening. We use tools, and I'm blanking on the name of a tool right now, that basically every single time our brand is used somewhere on the internet, it will notify us, and we're monitoring how our name or how our brand has been used, and so on. Email marketing is the final one. And you can also use, there are a lot of tools that has automation already. MailChimp added their automation and AI component, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot. We we're vivid HubSpot users. So we set up automations using HubSpot email automations specifically. And that's in marketing stage and in sales stage. In marketing, meaning that if someone downloaded a piece of content, they're not our marketing qualified lead yet. We have a specific sequence that goes out to them and tries to nurture that lead to become an MQL. And once they become an MQL, once our sales team talks to them, then we have a different email sequence that tries to close them as a client, right? We also use AI to sort of analyze various metrics when it comes to open rates, click-through rates of our emails, clicks on specific offers, and so on. It also suggests specific times when we should send out our emails, which point, which days, and so on, which emails are engaged the most with, and so on. Those are the main thoughts that come to mind. And sorry, on some of those, I can't really provide specifics because I am not in the production myself. I'm an executive of the agency, and we have 75 people that are in the trenches doing the work every single day. I wish I could provide you with more specifics, but I'm very much engaged and very much fascinated with how much AI can help you improve your marketing and sales game.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential business titans, providing you with the insights to awaken to your full potential so you can get paid to be yourself, find true happiness, and manifest anything you desire.